I'm about to share with you some tips and things that you can take with you when you go out rockhounding. All right, here is some of the stuff I take out. Yeah, it's a lot. But you know what? I'd rather be safe than sorry. Because there's been plenty of times I've gone out that, it's gotten sketchy. Anyway, let's go through it all. So first of all, let's just throw it into the bin. I always bring some wire, baling wire, because you can hold up stuff like exhaust pipe and other things that you may just need to be able to twist up and hold. In that same category, I put in duct tape. I want to have that so I can work on stuff if I needed to. It's always good to have. Another thing that I put in there is I put in some super glue. Super glue is good. And then you got some zip ties. I'm gonna get some longer ones, but yeah, that's another thing you can put in your. Make yourself a little box. Go get one from Walmart, and that way you can put them in there, and you can keep them in your truck, or you can throw it in every time you go. Another thing I take is some rope. You can get that at the dollar store. All this here. And I take actually a bigger rope. I don't have it here, but I take another rope that's a bigger one. Other stuff I take is a toe strap. I want to get the kinetic one, but I just have this one. But take this in case you need to pull somebody out or they need to be pulled out. Is always good to have. Gloves, another thing, very good. Protect your hand. I take a X-Acto blade. I like to have that. Then you want to take some bug repellent. Keep that in there, and sunscreen. Put that in there. I like to take brushes to be able to clean off some of the areas of the rock that I want to, if I want to work on it slowly, and that's very rarely, because I'm usually not like sitting down and trying to dig out stuff. I'm usually picking it up off the ground so far. But all this, like say, dollar store. Just go to the dollar store and get stuff. This, I always put in a life straw, just in case something happens to my vehicle and I have to hike in or hike out somewhere. Yeah, you want to have that. But always take water. I take this 5-gallon thing of water. That way I have enough water if worst comes to worst. As far as food goes, I take a couple of cans of old cheapo food. Put it in there. And my favorite, well, here, and I also have this. You can get this at the dollar store too. That way you have food. You can last a long time without food, but you cannot last a long time. 3 days without water, and yeah, you're dead. You're not doing good. But food, you can go a long time. But I always like to just put it in there because I want to be comfortable if I get stuck for some reason. And this is my favorite. That and crackers. All right, we're moving on. I always put one of these, a little lighter in there. I always actually put it in my backpack. I always take it with me when I'm out hiking, because you never know if you're going to twist an ankle or what may happen when you're out there. So you want to have one of these. I have that in my backpack. I have one of these little thermal wrap, survival wrap. That, yeah, if you get stuck on a hill, you want to have fire, you want to have that. And then I also have, which is not here, a whistle that you can put in there. Plus, I have this. Your iPhone, at least my iPhone has a thing where it's basically a satellite. And so it'll send a SOS out. Even if you're not connected to the internet, it will send a warning or a distress signal. I put scissors in there. I also have over here a full-on toolkit that has cutter in there, has a hammer, has sockets and all that kind of stuff. You want to have that with you. This here is very important to have. There's so many times that if you go out and you're out there and you get to an area that you need to let your air out of your tire, you need some way to put the air back in. Because when you're going through sand, one time I was with my Jeep and I didn't have any of this stuff, and I started just bogging down. Luckily I got out of there, but yeah, you need to lower your pressure of your air in your tires to be able to get out of the sand. And you need something to be able to fill the tire back up. So I always have that. That is like insurance policy there, to be able to have that in there. And then on the same route thing, I always take a jack. I don't really like the one that's in the truck. I'd rather have this one. And I have my socket, my little star. And I take with me, just in case I need to fix a flat, I've got my tire repair kit right here with the little strips. So if you get a minor, like a little nail or something, or you run over a twig, or you've basically a rock or whatever punches your tire, as long as it's not huge, you can be able to fix it. But to be able to fix it, you need that little pump thing, and you also need to have some soapy water. I always take one of these. That way, once you take your tire off and you're pumping it up and then you're spraying this on it, you can see where the hole is. And once you find out where the hole is, then you can start the process of patching, plugging your tire. Anyway, so that's in there. Same with that. Then, let's put this in there. Then what I take is I also take this here. All these things I'm going to kind of show you, do a thing above, like a picture of what it is. But this is a jump starter without having to have somebody there to jump start you. You use this thing and be able to jump start your car by yourself. So if your battery runs out when you're out in the hills for some reason, yeah, you're not stuck. You're not waiting or hiking out. You're able to jump start your own car. All right. So we talked about that. Then as far as some of the, here, jumper cable. I always take these. Even though I have that, I have this as just a backup. And plus, if somebody needs to be jump started or wherever, and I'm just going even around town, I like to have that. Same with that other tow strap, so I can pull them out of the street if I need to. Of course, if you're having canned stuff, you have to have one of these. Dollar store. Okay, now we're getting to stuff I take to go rock hounding. I always have a hammer. Always take me a little pry bar. I take me a small sledgehammer. I take this just in case your tailpipe or something needs to be cut, because this last about 2 weeks ago, I was going down the road and a stick, pretty good size when we were going over, flipped up and hit my exhaust and crimped it. But luckily enough was getting out. I made sure so I didn't blow up my engine, that I could get home. But if I needed to, I could cut my exhaust, and then I could take that baling wire and I could wire it up so that I'm not going to destroy my engine. Because that, believe me, that happens. My mom had that happen. Her tire blew out and it crimped her tailpipe, and the next thing you know, she got home and it blew her radiator, and it didn't do too good things for her engine. But yeah, this would come in handy. I did not have this the last time I went out. This is a new addition to the thing, because I was thinking, oh great, my pipe's crimped, and it was right in the middle of the car. And I'm like going, well, what am I going to do now? I just watched my temperature, made sure it didn't go up. So we talked about those. Then this thing, I cannot stress enough, and I'll put the links. This is from Walmart. It has a light underneath the bottom, and it has a light here. It has different settings you can do that you can have both of them on at the same time, but it has 3 different levels. This thing is a game changer. When I found this, because I go in mines, you know, the safe ones. Don't go into mines, but I do. But yeah, this thing here lights the bottom as you're going along and lights ahead so that you can see what's below you and what's ahead of you. And it lights up like a cave really good. There's one mine I go into to get pyrite that I love to take this in. I take actually 2 of them with me just for a backup. And the worst case scenario, you can also use your phone if you needed to have a light to get out, but I prefer to have these. But I will put a description of this thing. And like I say, it's at Walmart, and they're not expensive at all. And it's the best light ever. If I was like endorsing something, I'd be the endorsement of this one. And it has, like, say, you can put it on your USB and be able to charge it before you go. And all these green lights, all these lights go green, and you know you have it. Very, very important. This one, like, say, I was walking around one night, and there was basically it's a rattlesnake, and I was able to see it. It was like early in the morning. All right, next I always take my shovel. I have a chisel. My tops, though, where it protects my hand, is gone. I've got to get a new one, because the last time I was out, I didn't quite hit the top of there, and I kept on hitting the side of my hand. And I'll tell you what, yeah, after a while, I can still feel it today. It hurt. But you can get these. I'm the cheap guy. If you want to know, you can go to Harbor Freight. It just had a plastic handle that, you know, I've had it for quite a few years, and it got brittle. And it finally bit the dust. And let's see what else we got. We got down here, I take this with me, this there, and this here, sledgehammer. These and the shovel are very important. I will post a thing that happened to me where I almost slid off a hill because I was trying to get out of the way of these old timers that were going up a hill, and they needed extra space. Kept on paying attention to the side of the hill. I didn't want to get too close, but I had to get over just enough so they could get by. And when I started up my vehicle, I could feel it starting to slide, get that thing, and so I just stopped. And I was able to use this pick to dig out the dirt in this and be able to build up with rock and be able to get out of there. And there's plenty of times that you're going down roads that you'll need this. If there's a boulder you can't get out of the way that's rolled into the road, you can smack it and smash it down so that it's more manageable to get out of the road for you. But like say in this, just picking the boulders out or anything that may be in the road, or any type of situation you might get in there where you need to dig and the dirt's tough. Yeah, that has saved me plenty of times. And it's just a confidence of having it, knowing that if you get into a situation, you have the proper tools to be able to get out. I have this, which is I built. It's kind of different, but it's a walking stick that I got from Walmart, and I've attached a mount for my phone so that when I'm hiking, if I wanted to hike around, I can put my phone on this and I have stable ground, be able to hike up the hill, have a good footing, and then I can be able to film. And not only that, but then I can put my camera up high if I need to if there's been times when there's been crystals that have been up high up on a ridge, I can do that thing and get up there and I can film it. All right, what else we got? Oh, we have these here. I always take battery chargers for my phone, backup, so that when something may happen, I have plenty of battery so that my phone does not go out. I have that one. This one's a battery. That one's a battery. This one actually, if emergency comes and your car is working fine, but you need to have extra battery. This turns into a battery too. You can use it to plug in your phone too, which is very nice. Yeah, so 3 batteries I always take. And before I go, I always make sure that the night before, they're on the charger and they're all charged up. And I have a bin for my electronics that I take, that I've got here. And I'll put all my stuff into the cab that I don't want in the back. All my electronics, like I take my drone and anything like this that's very fragile, I'll put in here so I can keep inside there. But anyway, there's ones that I don't have here that you want to take too, is you want to take a limb cutter. So if you're going down the road and they have tree branches and stuff and you want to keep on going but they're a little bit tight, you can either take a limb cutter or you can take a just small little chainsaw. But yeah, but as you can see, I do not travel light. Oh, and that too. If you're going to go out quite a ways and you think you're not going to have enough gas, you better take gas with you. There's a place that's clear out towards past Caliente, and you keep on going on the extraterrestrial highway. There's not hardly anything out there. So you want to have a couple of, at least 5 gallons or more. I'd suggest 10. And anyway, when you're out there, so that you do not get stuck out there. But anyway, all right, if there's other stuff that I remember, there is one thing that I don't have here, and that is a good medical kit with Band-Aids and any, little stuff that you can do up your wounds. But you want to have that. That's one of the most important things to have in there. But if there's other things I remember, I will post them. And I'll post them right after the video. Anyhow, all right. Stay safe and enjoy rockhounding. But yeah, you do not want to get in this situation. This here is basically insurance, safety. And just remember, even though your truck, I have a truck that has some clearance, don't go down things that you get that feeling you shouldn't. Some people don't have that, and those are the people that end up on the channel Matt's Off-Road Recovery. And there's been a couple of times that I've gone some things that I'm thinking, uh-oh.
One last thing is this.
All right,
I
stay
love
safe.
taking this because you can see all kinds of critters, and you can see rocks that glow in the dark just for fun.